Welcome back to Nest Studios. I'm your host, Birdtendo, and check out this arsenal of Pokemon action figures. Yes, I actually got this in celebration of me also purchasing Pokemon Scarlet, but let's get into it. We got this awesome Ash and Pikachu figure because what is Pokemon without Satoshi and the iconic yellow electric mouse that shoots a lot of electricity from his cheeks? So, Ash and Pikachu are out of the box. And some of these figures have their own gimmick here. If you hear some ringing in my audio recording, that's my cats playing around. So Ash is unfortunately not as articulate, but only on his head, I believe. I kind of did rush this because I also had work that day as well, too. And if you also hear some voices, that's my father playing Pokemon Scarlet. I lended it to him for a while. But yeah, the main gimmick for Ash here and his Pikachu, which actually fits snug as a bug in a rug, on his backpack is a button, and you push that, and Pikachu comes right off his shoulder. Just like in the anime. Ain't that lovely? Lovely, lovely. But he does have a hard time standing up a little bit, I guess, with Pikachu. I mean, he's a little bit top-heavy. Now, I wouldn't say top-heavy, but his legs are a little bit skinny for Satoshi over here. But I'll try and get this man stood up pretty firm or whatever. As Fry in the background is on her big old cat tree, as she usually is. So we'll just get them stood up like this. Next up is the Water Dark Shark, Sharpedo. As you can see, there's also Aerodactyl and Gengar and Charizard in this collection as well too. I've yet to pick them up, but Sharpedo is out of the packaging, and he does look amazing, I ain't gonna lie. The only form of articulation he does have is on his fins, which is just that. He does come with his own stand, and his little gimmick here, you push the lower fin and he actually bites. Those little bitey moves, you know. Just swarming around like a little shark, nipping at whatever is there, as any shark would. We'll put him on his stand as he falls off, test out his articulation. It's a little bit fragile. And he's pretty lightweight, too. Kind of makes sense. His defenses in the game are pretty lackluster. For a glass cannon mon, at least. But yeah, Sharpedo looks nice. I'm glad I picked him up as well, too. So, we'll just put him over there next to Satoshi. What should we pull out next? Maybe Torchic and Clefairy. I do already have Torchic. I kind of just picked this up for Clefairy. And as you can see, I do have my own Torchic figure from the Gen 6 era, which is pretty neat. There's some other figures you could pick up as well, too, in that set, with, like, Magmar and Sylvie on as well, too. So we'll get them out of the packaging, and we'll just have a quick little look at them, huh? Yes, we shall. We shall. Come on out, Torchic. These things are just glued in there. If you're trying to rob a store and you're trying to pick up one of these, hey, good luck. As I pull the plastic apart with my teeth, as I would usually do. I think that's our new Torchic figure. His eyes are a little off-centered. I mean, they're a little bit small, I guess, but you know what? That's a small figure right there for you. I mean, this video is pretty much making up for my lack of Pokemon figure reviews, to be perfectly honest with you. So, I mean, this will make up for the Hot Wheels videos and the other videos of cards. And there's Clefairy, who doesn't really show up in my light, but, you know, Clefairy's not really my favorite fairy. I do like Jigglypuff a little bit better. Maybe its baby counterpart, Igglybuff. There's Torchic. And if we could probably pull out our older figure just for a little comparison. There they are. In holy matrimony. Watch them kiss. Alright, get a room, you two. You two best be getting a room right now because that is not cool. Magmortar is up next. The big fire type with access to Thunderbolt and Psychic. Again, I may have also rushed this as well, too. To be perfectly honest with you, which is alright. I'm sort of bad with first impressions, to be perfectly honest. So, and he does come with a spare fireball, and we'll get to that in a minute. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. as my kittens have the zoomies while I'm doing a little voiceover here. And he also comes with his tail. I did have trouble getting it in there. You just gotta really shove it in there. As I jokingly assume that, you know, it's incredibly hot to the touch, despite the fact it is just PVC plastic. I'm certain that's what they're made out of. I'm not sure. Yeah, Magmortar is one chunky boy with arm cannons that can fire massive amounts of fireballs. And even his breath is also fiery hot as well, too. And he's got good articulation on one of his arms, actually. I believe it's the left arm. I mean, the right arm, but the left arm is a little bit limited because that's his shooting arm. His legs are also well articulated as well, too. You can just put the fireball inside of his shooting arm and then press his button, and yeah, it fires. Let's just simply say that it fires. It just fires, my guy. Oh, yeah. Trico and Duskull are up next. I have lost my Trico figure. Its tail was unfortunately broken, so I figured I'd get this as a replacement. And Duskull is a nice little addition as well, too. I like Duskull. He's pretty cool. I got his shiny on Community Day. I think it was last year? Pretty sure it was last year. I'm not sure. But yeah, Trico, assuming his little karate stance with his big tail waving out at the back. You can use that to pound his opponents down. And Duskull, he's pretty heavy, actually. As Spud tries to nip at my arm, wondering what the hell's going on, in the video at least. Next up is my Wingman Aerodactyl. Every time I played Gen 6 and I did Wonder Trading, I always got an Aerodactyl, almost always. I figured he was my lucky boy. I don't know why, but I'm always getting fossils, you know, and just always reviving Aerodactyls. They always seem to bring me a lot of luck, getting shinies at least. I still do have my 2003 Aerodactyl EX, and look at that wingspan. Isn't that impressive? You just press the back on him, his back spike, and he flaps his wings, which is pretty cool. His tail is articulated as well, and his head is on a ball joint. His legs are a little loose, but you know what? He's okay. That's kind of what you expect from a rock flying type that has a little bit of some bad defenses, but his attack and speed pretty much make up for it. As I try to get his stand fixed up, it's a little bit weird because it actually clips on at his rear end, actually, between his legs and his tail. It just clips on there, and yeah, Aerodactyl's awesome. Apparently Go in Pokemon Journeys has this as one of his team members, which is pretty cool. Flappity flap, flappity flu. Isn't he amazing? He is quite the amazing boy. Yeah, I like Aerodactyl. His cry in the anime is pretty freaking cool. I ain't gonna lie. Really nice. We'll just put him right there. Next up, let's see what we pick out as we move away some of this cardboard. Not really going to go through the instruction manuals or the manuals. Next up, we have Electabuzz or something. Yeah, we're going to do Electabuzz next. With those big arms and his final evolution is actually pretty trash and competitive. Sure, he's got Ice Punch, but man, he's just pretty slow and he's really fragile. Terrible earthquake weakness as well, too. But his articulation's nice. Pardon me. His articulation is not too bad. I wish his tail would move a little bit, but that's okay. His head swivels around and his arms are on ball joints, I believe, and they also have hinges on them as well, too, so you can pretty much make him do whatever he wants. Besides catching lightning in his antennae. I mean, if you try doing that, you'll probably melt your figure in one shot right there. I sort of did delay doing this video because of my work schedule. It's not really a good excuse, to be honest with you, so I'm sorry for the delay. I did record this a while back as I readjust my figure. When I was done making this video, I actually put Magmortar in a sitting position. Next up is Mudkip and Geodude. Geodude. He's pretty big, but Mudkip can hose him down with just one little water gun. I picked up Mudkip as a little replacement because I did lost mine. It was pretty cool. It was standing, all intimidating. Anyways, Geodude, heavy in the hand. Pretty burly with those arms. He can throw punches and headbutts like nobody's business. Golem is pretty cool too. Mudkip. Yeah, he's not bad. Not too shabby for a little water starter. Gengar is up next. Ash actually has one of these on his team. Spooky. Real spooky. Let's get him out. Pull him out, and he just comes out easy because he's just also pretty lightweight. His gimmick is you press down on his legs, actually. I thought it was his horns, but press down on his legs and his tongue pops out, which is pretty cool. He can lick up opponents, despite the fact he's not really a physical attacker. He's more of a glass cannon special attacker. Pretty cool. Pretty sweet. And I just got him in this little position right here, so just with his arms reaching out. Finally, we got Pidgeot. Oh, yes. Another cool burb. He sort of has the same gimmick as Aerodactyl, to be perfectly honest with you. But at least he's a bird. He's a burb. Not that I got a problem with dinosaurs, but birds are pretty cool. And he's got some pretty nice articulation. Ash did let this one go, unfortunately. But his Mega Evolution pretty much makes up for anything. And that's pretty much all the figures that we have for today. I don't have Charizard or Magmar or Sylveon from those sets. Not even Scyther or whatever. But you know what? That's okay. At least I made up for the lack of figure reviews. And looking at my recording session, it looks like I may have gone a little bit too far here. Way a bit ahead, but we'll see how that pulls out. But, yeah, awesome little figure collection. And, I did pick up Pokemon Scarlet, and I have yet to put that video game down, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Birdtendo. Catch you later.